Hey babe, how you doing today? Are you feeling any better? Your temperature seems like it's gone down, so that's a good thing. Your glands look like they're a little less swollen also. So at least you're headed in the right direction. Have you been able to get off the couch yet and take a shower or anything? I just thought it might help you to feel better, to be like a little bit clean and refreshed. You know what? Why don't I just give you like a little kind of quick sort of like towel bath. I'll just get like a bowl of some warm water, put some tea tree oil in there, a little eucalyptus, some lavender, and we'll just, wash over you, just kind of wipe down your face and your neck. You think it would just make you feel a little bit better, to feel a bit refreshed. Alright, so just hold tight. I'm gonna go grab that bowl. Heat up a little water. I'll be right back, okay? I got the water, but while I was up, I also made you a little bit of tea. Just some herbal tea. I thought it might help your throat. I put a little honey in there and a little bit of lemon. I think it's still a little bit too hot to drink though, so I'm just gonna set this down for you. Might want to give that like 5 minutes or so. Just wait till it cools off. I don't want you to burn your tongue. Alright, so you got the water. And a towel. You're honestly looking a lot better though today. I think the color has come back to your face. You look a lot better than yesterday. You've definitely turned a corner for sure. Alright, so let me just get this in the water. And I put a little bit of tea tree oil in here. It's antiseptic. It smells really nice. Alright, let me just wring this out a little bit. I don't want it to be too wet. Should be good. Just fold this up here. Okay. So why don't you just sit back, close your eyes, just try to relax. I know that you've had a very, very rough couple of days. I hated seeing you like this. Close your eyes. It smells really nice, doesn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna go down your forehead. Get those cheeks. Feels nice just to be cleaned. Alright, lift your head a little bit. I'm gonna go down your neck. Just get under your chin there. Okay. Get your chest area. How's your congestion today? Not coughing as much? Okay, great. Alright, give me your arm. Just gonna go down your arm here. Chest again. Get the other shoulder. I'm gonna dip a little bit more water on you. Heat it up again. Okay, let me just wring that out. Okay. Hopefully tomorrow you feel just back to your old self again. You know, it might be nice, maybe I could just get you in the car and just go for, you know, like a nice drive along the coast. Because you might not feel up for, you know, walking or something, but just being outside sometimes and just seeing the ocean and the sun can make you feel better. You just listen to some nice music, go for a nice long drive. How's that sound? Alright, wonderful. You know, I brought just a couple of things over for you. Let me show you. I just went up and picked up a couple little things for you that I thought might make you feel better. This is for later. I'm going to read you a little story. Hopefully help you fall asleep. But I wanted to bring you some Tylenol just to make sure if you have any leftover fever, it'll reduce your fever. I'm going to take your temperature in a minute, figure out if you still have a temperature. You feel a lot cooler though, so that's good. But just in case, you know, it's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So put this over here for you for right now. And you said you're not coughing as much, but you know, this is just for if you need a little extra help sleeping tonight. I know sometimes it's hard to get comfortable when you're just not feeling exactly yourself, so this might just help you get like a nice good night's sleep. How'd you sleep last night? Yeah, so maybe just take a little bit of this before bed tonight, just to make sure. Because honestly, getting a good night's sleep is going to be really, really helpful for you. Okay, I'm going to set this down. And then I also got you some Vicks Vapor Rub. And just like rub a little bit of this on your chest, just to help with any leftover congestion. This smell reminds me of being a kid. I can remember my grandmother just putting this on me. And it's a very nostalgic scent. Maybe just to be on the safe side, I'll just put a little bit of this on you before you go to sleep tonight. I want you to get a very, very, very good night's sleep. And then this is just some lotion. It's Aromatherapy Lotion. It says stress relief. It's eucalyptus and spearmint. It's just a really nice scent. maybe give you a little like hand and foot massage just to take your mind off of things. It says that it clears the mind and soothes and uplifts. So, you know, those are some pretty big promises. We'll see. We'll see if it delivers. But it can't hurt to try, you know? So save this for later. Okay, set this down over here. And what do I have in my little magical bag here? I feel like Mary Poppins. This is just for flu. So it's non-drowsy and it, you know, doesn't have any drug interactions. But if you have body aches or headaches or fever, chills, fatigue, you just pour one of these little tubes and you just pour it under your tongue and you just let it dissolve under your tongue. I think you're supposed to do it like 2 or 3 times a day, possibly. Yeah, they're just little quick dissolving pellets. They're it's all natural. Okay, so why don't I read you a little bedtime story, and then I'll give you a nice little hand massage. How's that sound? I remember when I was a kid, I was always, you know, wanting to be read to. It's kind of nice to just close your eyes and let the story just sort of take you someplace else. I'm going to read you my favorite chapter from The Little Prince. It's such a great book. And this one chapter just really means a lot to me. I think that it is extremely good advice for life. And I think it's honestly one of the most beautiful things ever written. Okay, before I start reading, I feel like I should probably give you like a tiny bit of backstory here. So this book, The Little Prince, is about this boy who lives on this planet that's super small. It's like maybe, you know, just the size of my house. And on this planet, there's a rose, and there's only one rose, and he takes care of that rose. And that's like basically his full-time job, taking care of this rose. And he protects her from all the caterpillars, and, you know, she's kind of, she acts kind of arrogant and tough, but, you know, she's actually very vulnerable. And he kind of knows it's all an act, but he sort of, you know, lets her, you know, put on the show, and he goes along with it. So he has to leave her for a little bit to go down to this other planet, Earth. And when he comes down to Earth, he stumbles upon this fox that asks him to tame him. And then the rest will be explained in this story. Alright, are you ready? I'm gonna have to try not to cry when I read this. I'm not someone that really ever cries, but something about this chapter always makes me want to cry. It's just so beautiful. Now that I've built it up to the point that it'll never live up to your expectations, I shall read it for you. Okay, I found that. So like I was saying, this is, in my opinion, one one of the most beautiful things ever written, and it has a lot of really important life advice, so listen carefully. It was then that the fox appeared. "Good morning," said the fox. "Good morning," the little prince responded politely, although when he turned around he saw nothing. "I'm right here," the voice said, "under the apple tree." "Who are you?" asked the little prince, and added, "You are very pretty to look at." "I am a fox," said the fox. "Come and play with me," proposed the little prince. "I am so unhappy." "I cannot play with you," said the fox. "I am not tamed." Please excuse me," said the little prince. But after some thought, he added, "What does that mean? Tame?" "You do not live here," said the fox. "What is it that you're looking for?" "I'm looking for men," said the little prince. "What does that mean? Tame?" "Men," said the fox. "They have guns, and they hunt. It is very disturbing. They also raise chickens. These are their only interests. Are you looking for chickens?" "No," said the little prince. "I'm looking for friends. What does it mean? Tame?" It is an act too often neglected," said the fox. "It means to establish ties." "To establish ties?" "Just that," said the fox. "To me, you are still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys. And I have no need of you, and you, on your part, have no need of me. To you, I am nothing more than a fox, like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, then we shall need each other. To me, you will be unique in all the world. To you, I shall be unique in all the world." "I am beginning to understand," said the little prince. "There is a flower. I think she has tamed me." "It is possible," said the fox. "On earth, one sees all sorts of things." "Oh, but this is not on earth," said the little prince. The fox seemed very perplexed and curious. "On another planet?" "Yes." "Are there hunters on that planet?" "No." "Ah, that's interesting. Are there chickens?" "No." "Well, nothing is perfect," sighed the fox. But he came back to his idea. "My life is very monotonous," said the fox. "I hunt the chickens. Men hunt me. All chickens are alike, and all men are just alike. And in consequence, I am a little bored. But if you tame me, it will be as if the sun came to shine on my life. I shall know the sound of a step that will be different from all the others. Other steps send me hurrying back underneath the ground. Yours will call to me like music out of my burrow. And then look, you see the grain fields down yonder? I do not eat bread. Wheat is of no use to me. The wheat fields have nothing to say to me, and that is sad. But you have hair that is the color of gold. Think how wonderful that will be when you've tamed me. The grain, which is also golden, will bring me back the thought of you, and I shall love to listen to the wind in the wheat." The fox gazed at the prince for a long time. "Please tame me," he said. "I want to, very much," the little prince replied. "But I have not much time. I have friends to discover. and a great many things to understand. One only understands the things that one tames, said the fox. Men have no time to understand anything. They buy things already made at the shops, but there is no shop anywhere where you can buy friendship, and so men have no friends anymore. If you want a friend, tame me. What must I do to tame you? Asked the little prince. You must be very patient, replied the fox. First, you will sit down at a little distance from me, like that, in the grass. I shall look at you out of the corner of my eye, and you will say nothing. Words are the source of misunderstandings. But you will sit a little closer to me every day. The next day, the little prince came back. It would have been better to come back at the same hour, said the fox. If, for example, you come at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then at 3 o'clock, I shall begin to be happy. I shall feel happier and happier as the hour advances. At 4, I shall be already worrying and jumping about. I shall show you how happy I am. But if you come at just any time, I shall never know at what hour my heart is to be ready to greet you. One must observe the proper rites. What is a rite? Asked the little prince. Those are actions that are too often neglected, said the fox. They are what make one day different from the others, 1 hour from the others. There is a rite, for example, among the hunters. Every Thursday they dance with the village girls. So Thursday is a wonderful day for me. I can take a walk as far as the vineyards. But if the hunters danced at any time, every day would be like every other, and I would never have any vacation at all. So the little prince tamed the fox, and when the hour of his departure grew near, "Ah," said the fox, "I shall cry." "It's your own fault," said the little prince. "I never wished you any sort of harm, but you wanted me to tame you." "Yes, that is so," said the fox. "But now you're going to cry," said the little prince. "Yes, that is so," said the fox. "Then it has done you no good at all." "It has done me good," said the fox, "because of the color of the wheat fields." And then he added, "Go and look again at the roses. You will understand now that yours is unique in all the world. Then come back and say goodbye to me, and I will make you the present of a secret." The little prince went away to look again at the roses. "You are not at all like my rose," he said. "As yet, you are nothing. No one has tamed you, and you have tamed no one. You were like my fox when I first knew him. He was just a fox like 100,000 other foxes. But I have made him my friend. And now he is unique in all the world." And the roses were very much embarrassed. "You are beautiful, but you are empty," he went on. "One could not die for you. To be sure, an ordinary passerby would think that my rose looked just like you, the rose that belongs to me. But in herself alone, she is more important than all the hundreds of you other roses, because it is she that I have watered, because it is she that I have put under the glass globe, because it is she that I have sheltered behind the screen, because it is for her that I have killed the caterpillars, except 2 or 3 that we saved to become butterflies, because it is she that I have listened to when she grumbled or boasted, or even sometimes when she said nothing, because she is my rose. And he went back to meet the fox. Goodbye, he said. Goodbye, said the fox. And now here's my secret, a very simple secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. What is essential is invisible to the eye, the little prince repeated so that he would be sure to remember. It is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important. It is the time I have wasted for my rose, said the little prince, so that he would be sure to remember. Men have forgotten this truth, said the fox, but you must not forget it. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. You are responsible for your rose. I am responsible for my rose, the little prince repeated, so that he would be sure to remember. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Such beautiful little story. I definitely recommend reading the rest of the book. There's a lot of really interesting lessons to be learned from it. It was written by a French World War II pilot who actually mysteriously vanished on a mission. His plane was never discovered, which is just like slightly sort of like art imitating life, because in the story the little prince at the end just goes back to his planet and disappears. So hopefully somehow he just vanished into another dimension. I'd rather think that's what happened. Are you feeling sleepy? How about that hand massage I promised you? Just a quick little hand massage, and then you can take some of your sleepy cough medicine, and then hopefully you fall off into dreamland. Okay, so give me your hand. Well, I can really smell the eucalyptus. Alright, give me your hand. Did you like it? The story? Good, I'm glad. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite things that's ever been written. It's just so beautiful. It's so true about, what he's saying about how it's the time that you've invested into something that makes it different. And I think that we have forgotten that a little bit in life. Here, give me your other hand. I think we've forgotten about that a little in life. We're so used to everything just being delivered quickly. We've forgotten how to put the time and energy into actually taming something, making something special, creating that connection that can't be bought in a store. That's like the only type of, special friendship that can only be achieved through time and through effort. And those are the connections that, can't be replaced and that matter the most. Alright, I think I rubbed that all in. Yeah, no, it really smells so eucalyptus-y. I'm glad I could help you relax a little bit and feel a little bit better. Yeah. Just close your eyes now. Shh. Just close your eyes. Just think nice, peaceful, relaxing